Looking ahead to the trading week beginning December 16th, it is a central bank decision week next week. Interest rate decisions from the FOMC, the Bank of England, and the Bank of Japan are all due. The FOMC is expected to cut rates by 25 basis points. Right now, the CME Fed Watch Tool has that probability at over 96%. The Bank of England is expected to maintain the current levels of rates at 4.75%. And the majority view on the Bank of Japan is that it will maintain its current interest rate at 0.25%. This all coming on the heels of stocks being lower on the week last week, except for the NASDAQ, which did rise. The Dow and the Russell are now down 2 consecutive weeks as of last week, with the S&P down for its first week in the last 2. We also have in the US GDP and price data coming out next week. GDP is expected to stay at about 2.8%, no revision on that. PCE price data is expected to be slightly higher month over month. Everything else as expected. I'm not sure how much the price data matters in terms of direction for the stock market because, again, the Fed decision is almost certain on the 25 basis point rate cut based on where the CME Fed Watch Tool has that probability right now going into the meeting. Of course, we have a quiet week for Fed speakers next week. Looking at yields, we did have a decent jump in yields last week between 14 and 27 basis points, depending on where in the curve you're looking at. The 2-year, however, only rose 14 basis points based on where the Fed Watch Tool is putting predictive rate cuts over the rest of the year. Earnings and data next week. Let's talk first about Christine Lagarde. She's speaking on Monday. As we go into the last major trading week of the year before the holiday week, we do have 27 companies reporting earnings with market caps over $1 billion, including Accenture, Micron Technology, Paychex, Jabil, Nike, Lennar, General Mills, Carnival, Darden Restaurant, CarMax, and Toro. Data to Sunday night, Japanese services PMI, Chinese industrial production, and their unemployment rate. Monday, we have December preliminary manufacturing and services PMI for Germany, the Eurozone, the UK, and the US, along with the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index in the US. Tuesday, ZEW economic indexes in Germany and the EU, CPI in Canada, retail sales data in the US. Wednesday, CPI data in the UK, EU, housing starts and building permits in the US, plus the FOMC rate decision. That evening, we get the Bank of Japan rate decision. Thursday, Bank of England rate decision. Philly Fed index, existing home sales and jobless claims, along with GDP data in the US. And then Friday, UK retail sales, German PPI and PCE price data, along with the University of Michigan consumer sentiment data in the US.